Hi, so if you are here, you might have watched my previous video. If not, I kindly ask you to watch my previous video if so, the concept that I mentioned here would be familiar for you. Okay, so as I mentioned you earlier, today I am going to teach you how to achieve your goals in 2025. So what I do is, I just use a simple tool to achieve my dreams and targets in a year. So it's a tool that you might have used from your childhood or from your school days. So it's just simple tool and it's Excel. So today I am going to teach you how to use Excel to achieve your targets and dreams. Okay, so this is the Excel that I use to target my dreams in a particular year. So in this column, in the cell that I have already highlighted, you can see that I have separated it into few banks and a fixed deposit. So let's say you have 100,000 in bank one, and you have 25,000 in bank two, and let's say you have another bank account in another bank, and let's say you have 10,000 in there, and also let's assume that you have 100,000 of FD. In this green column, you can see that at right now you have 235,000 in your bank accounts. So in this Excel, in this cell, you can see that you have an opening balance of 235,000. What I have done in this Excel is I have separated the incomes and the expenses. So I have added few general expenses and incomes just to teach you how to do this. So if you have any other expenses types and incomes, you can update it in Excel that you prepare by looking at this. So the first thing is salary. Let's say you have a monthly salary of 100,000. So you might get it throughout the year. And let's say that you get like 5,000 of interest from the fixed deposits and other bank and the other money you have in the banks. So you can update that. And let's say that throughout the year you get few money that you have already lended to your friends or someone, and let's say it's something like this. And so now looking at the expenses, let's say that you need to pay for your accommodation and it's around 10,000. So let's say every month you have a travel expense of 2,500, and for every month you have an expense around 8,000 for food. And the birthdays I mentioned, I have added here, like you have few birthdays of your family members and your birthday, so you need to spend some money for those birthdays. So let's say you have a birthday on February and you need to spend around 2,000, and in June let's say you need to spend around 5,000. So you can update these values as well. So let's say you plan few trips throughout the year, and the first trip you usually plan on February, and it might cost you around 6,000. And let's say you plan trip on August, which would cost you around 7,500, and in December it would cost you around 10,000. And you can also add any other unexpected expenses you usually incur within a month. So don't forget to include some amount for unexpected items as well. So let's say it's 10,000. So weddings, if you have any planned weddings to attend, you can update the amount that you need to spend for those. So likewise, by updating your income and expenses, you can see the amount that you will have at the end of the year. So right now you have this much of amount at the end of the year. So if you can remember the 3 questions that I mentioned in my previous video, through this Excel, in this tab you can identify the amount of money you have right now, and using this Excel sorry, you can find the amount of money you have at the end of each month. So the closing balance is the amount that you have at the end of each month. So let's say at the middle of the year you have 670,500 in with you at the middle of the year. So at this red cell you can see the amount that you will have at the end of the year. So if you have an Excel sheet like this, you can plan your expenses and also you can plan your targets. Let's say you are planning to buy a house at the end of the year which cost around 900,000. So using this Excel you can see that you can achieve your target at the end of the year. So I just ask you to maintain an Excel sheet like this. So if you haven't achieved your dreams and targets which you set for 2024, if you use an Excel sheet like this, you will be able to achieve your targets at the end of 2025.